Good day everyone and welcome back to Clean Cut EDC. Today we have the Pickled Steel RICCO T here and we are going to do a full review on what I consider to be probably one of the very best button locks I've ever handled. This thing is just fantastic. It has so much to offer in the area of EDC and yeah, it's basically been at my side since I've got it and I've been using it quite a lot, and I've got to tell you guys the D2 on this knife holds up great. Let's do a quick cut test just to show you guys that these come exceptionally sharp still. And I've been using this, man. I've been opening my gate. I've been cutting up cardboard, styrofoam, whatever you want. I've been doing a lot of things with this knife, and this is like a cardboard type paper, and it just goes, man. Super, super slicey. Love the RICCO T. We're doing a full review, yes. And I'm excited about this knife for multiple reasons. One is because this is actually my name, right? I guess you can say, partnership with Pickled Steel. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. I've been along for the journey for some time now, and I've been looking at the Pickled Steel knives for quite some time. And yeah, I guess the owner wanted to, he wanted to acknowledge just that fact, and he ended up naming two knives after me. So one is the RICCO T, which is this one, and one is the RICCO D, which I've showed you guys, but I will not be reviewing today. The RICCO T, such a snappy knife, guys. I mean, I posted this short video of the RICCO T, and one guy commented saying that knife looks super snappy. It is super snappy. It is such a fidget-friendly knife. This thing is just fantastic. It just goes, man. It doesn't want to get stuck in the middle. It's just either it wants to be open or it wants to be closed. And there's minimal effort. It's basically a gravity knife. It's just pressing the button and it just wants to go, right? Just wants to close. It's awesome, man. It is awesome. Runs on bearings and they work fantastically well. I've been testing them out because I've been fidgeting with this knife. Can you imagine? I mean, just hear that sound. That is such a satisfying sound right there. Opening, closing this knife has been a dream. Just trying to do it under the camera is not always the most fun thing. But yo, I love this knife. Sorry, I just oiled it because I have been using it to cut some food and I washed it. So yeah, I had to oil it a little bit just to get those bearings A-okay. Yo, such a satisfying knife. So slicey. Aggressive Tanto shape on this blade. It has sort of a drop point style. So it drops down towards the tip, then leads into this very aggressive Tanto shape. And it has a flat grind. Full flat, well, not full flat grind, but it has a flat grind. And we have some switching here, which reinforce that tip, if it will focus. And we have just some support there with this Tanto. Tanto is very, very strong with regards to the tip. It's probably one of the strongest knife when it comes to your tip strength. I think maybe, obviously a Warncliffe style blade is also going to be very tough, but you don't have such a fine, acute tip to work with as you do with a Tanto. So I really like Tantos. Some people prefer, flipper styles or standard drop point blade shapes, but yeah, Tanto works just great for me. I really like Tantos. I like the look of them. I like how functional they are. Tantos are great, man. You get a second tip there, and sometimes you really need that. When you need to cut up something, you can really use that second tip. It's fantastic. Okay, let's do some size comparisons because this is such a great EDC size, right? As far as a pickled steel knife, this has got to be the most pickle-looking knife from Pickled Steel. This looks exactly like a pickle. They also come in black, but I really like the green. The green is my thing, man. I enjoy the green. That's awesome, and it does fade over time. Get some nice character. I did wiped it down with an oily little cotton piece, so it doesn't have that character right now, but it usually has this sort of a dried out look. Or when it's dry, it has this dry look to it, sort of green and grey type look to it, almost like that. Yeah. So I really like this, man. It's awesome. It's very cool. Such a cool knife. Okay, let's compare it to some other common knives we see. We have the QSP Penguin here. And you guys can see that it's just a little bit longer than the QSP Penguin, probably like 2 centimeters. This is a 20 centimeter knife, but we'll do the dimensions a little bit later. But that is just such a perfect size right there, man. Yo, this is fantastic. I really like the size of this knife. It's not. Sometimes the Penguin feels just a little bit too small to me. You know, not with regards to function, it's okay, but yeah, I like a little bit of a bigger knife. But I don't want a knife that's going to weigh me down too much. And this guy is actually coming in at 100 grams, which by all accounts is just about the perfect weight for an EDC knife. Compared to the Honey Badger Large, you guys can see with regards to the handle, it's about exactly the same. And it's about half a centimeter shorter with regards to the blade. So that's perfect because a Honey Badger Large is a very comfortable knife for me to hold in hand. So same goes for the RICCO T. Very, very comfortable knife to hold, especially with this curve in the handle. It really fits into your hand very nicely. You can get that 4-finger grip, and it just sits, man. Just works so well. No flipper, so you can you don't have that guard there, but the handle does actually protect your hand a little bit from sliding up. You can curl up on this, use it as a choil. That works just great. Beautiful jumping on the spine. Very functional. Very, very, very functional. Not aggressive, but provides terrific grip. It really is a very comfortable to hold knife, right? Ergos is fantastic on the RICCO T. Let's compare it to something like the RICCO P801 SF. You guys can see the RICCO it's about the same with regards to the length, but the handle on the RICCO is a little bit shorter than the handle on the RICCO T. So yeah, so that's cool. Very popular knife right now, and awaiting review. Caliber Stubby. Oh, very nice knife. I really enjoy the Stubby. I think it was a terrific buy. About half a centimeter shorter. The Stubby is about half a centimeter shorter than the RICCO T. Now, what's interesting with regards to the Stubby, being a very nice knife, terrific worker knife, right? The RICCO T, man, ooh, so sleek, slender, but still feels solid, still fills your hand quite nicely. And that's just great. Doesn't take up a lot of space with regards to the width in your pocket. You can carry this knife in your pocket and it basically doesn't bother you at all. You can still access your phone, your keys, your whatever, your change, your money, your wallet, whatever else is in your pocket quite easily. With the Caliber, terrific knife, not taking anything away from the Caliber Stubby, but it takes a lot of space in your pocket. I would probably rather carry this in a pouch on my belt than in my pocket. This thing, its profile is sleek, slender, solid, man. That is great. Great stuff right there. Compared to the Ontario Cam Plus, which is probably the best backup knife for the money, it's about a centimeter longer. And let's compare it to just finally to the Paralight. Yes, Paralight, Gerber Paralight. Nice little knife. Has its issues, but yes, there we go. So you guys can see there. And then finally, our Leverman side clip, which is same in length as the Leverman Wave. That's it. So it's not a small knife, right? 20 centimeters is basically the perfect size for a knife. Any bigger and you have yourself quite a large knife. Anything shorter and it will still be okay, but it will take a little bit away from that, this is a knife, that I can work with this thing. I can beat this thing up sort of aspect of the knife. I really like this. Perfect size. Blade shape, the whole profile, sleek, slender. Very, very nice. Very classy also. I think the black's going to be probably a little bit more classy, but this is terrific. So nice. The thumb studs are super comfortable. Deployment is just off the charts, man. I mean, really just fantastic. I see it picked up a little bit of a smudge there. I have been using this quite a lot. So I am honestly super, super impressed that this knife hasn't picked up more scrapes or anything. The D2 on this is solid. Super solid. I was thinking, yo, man, I'm scratching up my blade, everything. And then I took a look at it earlier and I was like, what? There's basically no scratches on it. I think this is just like an oil smudge or something. But yeah, that's terrific. Love the belt satin finish on this flat grind. It's amazing. Looks beautiful. Beautiful. Woo. Runs on ball bearings, as I mentioned. Action is just amazing. It's so fidgety, so quick. You just press in that button and it drops shut. Terrific button lock. Very solid also. The detent, or you can't say detent because it doesn't have a detent ball. It's held in place by the button lock, but it's super solid. You're not going to shake this out, or it's not going to come loose in your pocket. But when you need it, so smooth, man. Probably the smoothest knife I've felt, from a button lock. This is just so smooth, so satisfying. Oh, what a satisfying knife. Love the backspacer. Has a little bit of a grippy backspacer there, so your hand you do get a very nice grip, very solid grip on this knife. Good size stopping pin, you guys can see. And then we have a button lock there. Button lock system is one of my favorite systems because it offers you so many ways to deploy the knife, right? If you have a flipper, you can flipper deploy it, you can thumb start deploy it, or you can just shake it out with the button, right? That's so perfect, man. Yo, love it. Love it. Oh, I am absolutely in love with this thing. This has become my favorite knife. Look at the cutouts on the liners. Very nice, thick, solid stainless steel stonewashed liners. Stonewashed liners. How cool is that? And skeletonized to drop the weight to that perfect 100 grams, man. Ooh. Deep carry pocket clip. Little mushroom screws, but the pocket clip is inset. Unfortunately, not reversible. But if you are left-handed, you're probably anyway going to be pressing the button with your index finger. So, does it matter? I don't think so. I think actually, with regards to this knife, the pocket clip is in the right place for deployment, for quick deployment, whether you are left-handed or right-handed. And super ambidextrous. Obviously, all button locks are. But yes, this thing is just amazing, man. Love it so much. Deep carry pocket clip, so sits nice and deep, concealed in your pocket. That's fantastic. Nice sturdy pocket clip. I really like it. And you do get an extra pocket clip if this one should wear out over time. But I haven't had any problems with it falling out or slipping around or anything like that. It sits nice and secure. Love the RICCO T, man. So cool. Let's do some quick dimensions. Yes, we have a 20 centimeter, as I mentioned, and then a 9 centimeter blade with a cutting edge of, that's going to be difficult, but around 9 centimeters if you consider the Tanto, and then a 11 centimeter handle. Blade stock thickness, I know, is 3 millimeters. Blade width is almost 2.5, 2.3 in the thickest, the thickest spot. Then the handle in the middle is going to be 2.3 centimeters, and then the handle thickness is going to be 1.5, and that is perfect for me. I really like 1.5 for my handle thickness. Just feels like I'm holding something. When it comes to something like this, the RICCO, man, it's a nice knife and everything, but it feels like I'm just making a fist. It almost doesn't feel like I'm holding anything in my hand. I want to feel the knife in my hand, man. I want to curve around it, hold it tight. Yes, use it. Come on, that is what I want. Pickled steel RICCO T, fantastic knife for 700 Rand. You can't get a button lock for that price. D2 blade steel, Micarta scales, deep carry pocket clip, beautiful thick stone-washed stainless steel liners, nice backspacer, awesome action, runs on ball bearings. What more do you want? And for 700 Rand, you can probably not even get a knife this nice, a button lock knife this nice for double its price. So this is a no-brainer. Honestly, it's a no-brainer. It's a terrific knife. And it has become my favorite button lock. I have a soft spot for the RICCO, but yes, man, really, this is just so satisfying. Such a fantastic user. Just ticks all my boxes. I love it. Guys, get yourself a RICCO T, and remember that no knife means no life. And to have a knife day. Awesome. Check you guys next time.